not in the whole hygienic and funny enough, you actually find cars parked by that wachi by the gutter, you know. So what is it then? Is it about quality or and secondly,
Yeah.
concerning the scenario you gave of the shop where you went and your sister said it was expensive, sometimes it's really not the case. There was this idea about buying things from the mall, that everyone thinks buying from the mall is expensive but if you are someone who really buys from the mall, you know that it's really not always the case. You understand? Sometimes I find things way cheaper at the mall than anywhere else, even at the markets. So I don't know what to call it, but then what do you think?
Now, so I'll answer the last one first, before the first. So now, if we all here, we take pen and paper, we go to the mall, and we start listing things side by side, honestly, we will find out that majority of things in the mall is more expensive. So now, you go into the mall, yes, secondary target market, that's what we're talking about now. But their primary target market is not the everyday woman that goes to Mokola. Now let's talk about Pandora at Junction Mall. Now, let's say you want to buy a gold necklace. You will find a gold necklace at Makola. Sun will hit your head too. The price might be 100 cities different. But the thing there, and same at Pandora, you might even see something that is cheaper. But majority is more expensive. Right? Majority. If we take pen and paper and we start writing, even if we see something that tell you buy two, get one free, when you look at it, it is just a strategy. But majority. And there's some things you'll be like, oh my God, this thing is so cheap. But majority, or let's say 65 to 70% is more expensive. So you won't say it's cheaper because majority is already expensive. Then there's your secondary target market, might see one or two things, and then it's cheaper, and you just say, oh, things at the mall is cheaper. But if you want to start writing things down, word for word, we'll see that majority of things at the mall is more expensive. And now with the watch it side thing, see, with every business, they have who they resonate with. The man in that is Range Rover resonates with that gutter, what's it called, Wachi. But me, Tare, I would never buy that one because I get irritated easily. So she's not my target market, or I'm not her target market, right? Her target market are the same people that believe that, or have been listening, or knows that roadside Wachi, but for myself, and I'm not her market. So she's not concentrating more on me. So let's say she's the local for the local people, but if somebody selling Wache wants to meet up to an international standard, knows that that smelly gutter is not going to attract this type of person. That does not mean the person's business is not selling. No, she already knows her target market. Maybe she knows that, oh, if she makes this place better, her primary target market will not come to her. So that is how she's attracting. So I think you missed the first part of the class where we have the primary target market and the secondary target market. Because with business, you can't sell to everyone. Never. When you try selling to everybody, you end up going around circle. So this person will go to this person because there's something they resonate with this person. This other person will go, like somebody like me, we can't do business together if you're too funny. Or let me not say too funny. If everything is jokes to you, it will be hard. Because I'm someone that we might just be having a conversation and then I switch within minutes. Said I'm talking about Christ, I'm talking about business. And you'll be like, oh my God, but we're just talking about something else. Even let's say I take an Uber, within 2 minutes, we have switched. So if you're this very funny person. You're trying to make a joke out of everything. Other people, you see some girls, they'll be like, oh, I like her so much. She's so funny. Everything about her is funny. Then this guy too will be like, oh, I like, but it is not for me. So maybe I'm a secondary target market to that person that is extremely funny. And that does not mean they will not sell because they're not focusing on me. They've already defined who they want to sell to. They've already defined what their brand is about. And the people, I talked about magnets. So there are kind of people with magnets, like we gravitate towards them. My kind of people, I'll gravitate towards them. If we start asking our likes and dislike here, we realize that it might be similar, it might be different. So the similar ones will be on this side, and the ones that are not so similar will be on this side, and they gravitate towards the people they are similar with. So it's same thing for business. You can't you can't try to sell to everyone. You have to please your primary first. Like the example I gave was, in primary school, we spend longer years there. Then secondary school, I think 6 years. Then university, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it depends. Then masters, you see 1 year, you see 2, it's so short. All right? So the foundation is very important. But that does not mean we don't need our secondary school because you've gone through almost 8 or 9 years in primary school. So you have to do the kindergarten, you have to do that one for like 4 years, and you move to primary school. So it's quite long. But that does not mean our secondary school is not important. But the foundation, who we want to reach out to first, is where everything we do is to please our primary target market. Or let's say 80% of the things we do is to please our primary target market. Now, we see a shop, like back to the example I gave, the AC and all of that, they might not be expensive, yes. Few of them might not be expensive, but the actual sense is most of them will be expensive because now, fueling that shop, the cost of the AC, imagine the fragrance that will be inside that AC. All of this thing will also amount to the cost price of each product in that shop. So naturally, it's going to be expensive. That person might say, oh, I don't want to wait on ECG. They might misbehave this evening, so we have to be on full. Naturally, it's going to be expensive. And now the reason why malls are more expensive, the rent, the charge per square, so it's expensive. Maintenance, staff. Now, normally, if your shop is on the street, you can just employ anybody and train them. You might not even train them. But if you're at the mall, you just think celebrities might walk by, this person, people in top class. So even the staff, if normally you pay 500 cedis to roadside shop, your staff at the mall is going to be more expensive. So naturally, things at the mall is more expensive. But maybe 30% of some things might be lesser. So yeah, did I answer the question, please? Okay, so do we have any other question? Do we? Let's talk about what do you do, please? What do you do for now? Mm-hmm. That's nice. Oh, okay. You produce them yourself? Okay. Oh, that's nice. In pouches. So how is the business so far? Mm-hmm. Target market. I like that. Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have time to prepare, especially the online ingredients,
Okay.
to put the marketing, get
Mm-hmm.
finance.
Stay, yes. Mm-hmm.
So I think that time is good. So the corporate women find it difficult when I do it like that. I tend to, I have it on but they visually
Your brand, yeah. Nice. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. Like I said, with your business, our primary target markets, we have to focus on them first. Write out those people who you think of first. Now, you said mothers first. Maybe they have kids, they have to go to work and all of that. So those are the first set of women you're thinking of. So now if you're thinking of business strategies, or if you're thinking of strategies at all, you're thinking of strategies to fit these women first, basically. So yeah, it's important to focus on our primary target market. But then again, like I keep saying, I don't say 100%. 75, sometimes it might be 80%. The remaining 20% is for our secondary, right? So yeah, that's good. It's nice that you know who you want to sell to, and you know how you're reaching them. Perfect. What do you do and what's your name? Rhoda, okay. So how is the business so far? Okay. Okay. And how do you sell? Or what platform do you use to sell? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's nice. You already have a chain, and that's beautiful. That's nice. Okay, because we're going to the third part, which is social media for business. That's what I'm asking, so I know the kind of examples to give and things like that. So please, what do you do? Yes, please. Is the mic-
Thank you. I run a garden center and I do landscape design.
Okay, so we've been talking about landscape and gardening for a little while. So, okay. That's nice. Okay, so I think I've touched on that. Yeah, so can you give it to him? Yeah. I know you said banking and something, but I want to hear from you. What do you do, please? And what's
Okay,
your
I'm in
name?
the finance industry
Okay.
basically, and then I do multimedia,
Okay.
life sound engineering.
Okay. And there's this thing I always tell people that are in the accounting industry. Invest in perfumes. And like, trust me, the way you smell when you go somewhere and you're about to talk about money, sometimes it just messes with their mind and they just believe anything you're telling them. Yeah, so that's the advice I have for you right now. But yeah, so let's go into. No, I know what she does. I've asked every other person. So yeah, let's go into social media for business. Like, still we are going to be basic, but we're going to try and touch on few things. Yeah. So now, when people think about doing their business on social media, they just think it's just a platform. It's just social media. But the thing that has helped me throughout the years is I think business first and not just social media for business. For me, the very first thing I posted on Facebook, or part of the very first thing I posted on Facebook, was for business. Because back then, growing up, I don't know how it was like for each and every one of you, but for me, I love reading. My dad loved movies a lot, so, and he's well traveled. So he brings home like American movies. I know in these American movies, they act about things that want to happen in 30 years' time. I don't know, they do that a lot. So back then, you see them, I can't remember a particular one, but they talk about maybe not necessarily social media, but they talk about things online. And if it wasn't real back then, but they act as though you just called somebody and you met so I was like, okay. It was like I was ready for it. So, and then social media, Facebook, yes, Facebook came first. Yes, I think I used Facebook first. So then I was just like I was ready for it. Like, okay, this thing they've been acting in that movie or book, and they talk about online how. So I was ready. And back then, my eldest brother too, we had like this lost long cousin. It was through email. We found out and we found them and our surname. So I was eager, like, I want to do something too on social media. Like this thing I've been seeing in movies. So I can remember the first time, then I was into fashion, and I can remember the first thing I posted. It was like some t-shirt I made. Trust me, One auntie that was my elder brother's friend saw me on Facebook. I was like, "Did you make that thing?" Yes, I did. And then she introduced me to some expatriates, and then I made a lot of money during that period. So yes, the very first time I started using social media was for business, and then BlackBerry came. Oh my goodness. I could remember I'll be hearing people talk about they sent, I think, broadcast message. They were talking about PIN. They were talking about changing their display pictures. And all I was thinking was, how will I sell on this thing? I didn't have friends. I've never been someone that had a lot of friends because I grew up in a big family. So we're each other's friends. So my cousins are my first best friends and things like that. So it's not like we have friends. So I grew up on a farm, like I said. So we have a lot of friends to go around. Our families are siblings. So BlackBerry came. I didn't have a BlackBerry. So then my elder brother, I told my mom, I said, I want to ask my elder brother to buy me a BlackBerry phone. Then I was into fashion. I said, what will you do with BlackBerry? I said, I don't know, but I know people talk about broadcast message. You meet new people on BlackBerry. I don't know how. And then I asked my elder brother, I said, I want a BlackBerry. So what do you want to use it for? And then back then, they had a lot of girls that were saying, oh, BlackBerry girls are doing a lot of things. But I wanted a BlackBerry because I know I was going to use it for business. My brother asked me, what do you, I said, I don't know, but I know people, you meet new people, and then I think I can reach more people. And he said, okay, I'm going to get you a BlackBerry. And then he got me a BlackBerry. I was like, okay. And then I asked him, how do I meet people on this thing now? Now that you've gotten me a BlackBerry. He said he doesn't know, I should figure it out. So I could remember I was printing shirts, and then I was like the smallest girl among these guys that used to do printing. So I remember I started exchanging contacts with people. This is my pin, that is my pin. And then one day I said, I have to change my display pictures. So I think I started changing my pictures. Some people be like, oh, I like this thing you just posted. Why other girls are posting like nice clothes of themselves and things like that? I was posting what I was making. And gradually my numbers started going around, my pin started going around. I get a lot of people contacting me. So that was how social media for me started. Social media for business started. And then Instagram came, and people were talking about Instagram. And a lot of people said Instagram is just, but I said, no, I have to try it out. And I tried. So yeah, basically that was how my social media for business started. Well, like I said earlier, if you want to take your business on social media, don't just think it's just a platform where I come and post and go home. No, build a structure around it. Invest in good visuals, follow business trends, consistency, hunger for growth. These 5 things will guide you in your social media business. So now, what do I mean by build a structure? Now you have a business as a startup. You are your boss, you are your cleaner, you're everything. Everything. But the first thing you have to do first is have a presence online. This is very simple. Create a profile. And now you can't be everywhere at the same time with social media as well, except you have grown to a certain level and you have assistants to help you do all of these things. But first things first, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, and your Instagram, these 3 things. And then I know a lot of people also try with Snapchat. But I always say focus on the easy ones first. And then as you grow, if you have people that you can employ, because it's hard when you're doing everything on your own because you want to be consistent with it. Yeah. So the first thing is create a profile. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. And now why I call this 3 is they all link. Your Facebook links to Instagram and then WhatsApp. If you want to run an ad on Instagram, you must have a Facebook account. And then if you want people to reach you on WhatsApp, if you want people to reach you on WhatsApp, you must have a WhatsApp account. So it's important. Sometimes people be like, I'm not on Instagram. A friend of mine sends me your item and I see that you're on Instagram. Madam, can you download Instagram? Simple as that. If you like a product on Instagram, your friend keeps going back and download the app. It's simple. So now, yes, you have to download these apps, create a profile. And I'm sure each and every one of us has a profile. on this platform, do you? WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. I'm sure each and every one of us has a profile, yeah. So now it is also important with social media, especially when you sell products, even if you're a service based, you still have to invest in good visuals, like whatever you're using to take your pictures, your props. We see a lot of people, they crave for the next iPhone, but what are you using it for, really? The iPhone 6 you have with you, what are you using it for? I remember in 2018, I was using this very bad Infinix phone. But then my elder sister would be like, even people that are using iPhone 12 are not, people that are using like top iPhone, they're not making good use of it with the way you're using. I said, because I know what I'm about. I'm a very intentional person. From the friends I keep, from where I go to, I'm very, very intentional. So even with things I buy, right? So at that moment, I said, okay, what is best for my business? Is it to buy an iPhone or to use this Infinix? If I buy an iPhone, it's going to cut into my business capital. So let me buy this Infinix. And let me invest into a ring light. So now the Infinix might not be so good, but because I have a light to go with it, it becomes a little bit better, right? So invest in good visual. Sometimes your product might be so beautiful, but the phone you're using to take the product is so bad. Like really bad, right? It's important. Then again, learn how to use apps to edit. Now, some people might not agree with me why I prefer an iPhone to an Android phone for business. Android always saturates pictures. And over the years, when I teach people social media for business, I tell them, let people have a feel of what they are getting. Let them feel. Now, if you're a product-based business, you spend a lot of time taking pictures. That is where the work is. People have to see. They have to feel it, even without getting there. So how do you make them understand? How do you make them feel this thing? It's in your pictures and how you describe it. You have to learn how to describe to whoever is coming to this, your profile on Facebook or on Instagram. So invest in good visuals. I prefer an iPhone though. Android is cool, but it just saturates your pictures and edits it. Like nobody asks them to edit it. Yeah, so that's what I prefer, an iPhone over an Android phone. But yes, but it depends on what you want. Follow business trends. Now, like I said, I'm very intentional. When I go on social media, I say Instagram is my favorite. When I go on Instagram, I hardly check out things that it's not business related. I don't know if it's because I have consciously trained myself over the years. We see a lot of people, they're on Instagram and they're on blogs, or they're commenting, or they're fighting, keypad warriors. Yes, that's what I call them. They're arguing about something that the person doesn't even know you. But for me, I'm very intentional. Sometimes my reports for the day, there's this app I have, maybe I just spend like 3 hours on Instagram for the day, but I'm very intentional. I know my 3 hours resulted to me making money. Not just sitting down there wasting my data, because I use an iPhone 12. It is like data is very expensive. Before now, you take a picture and then let's say I take like 30 pictures and I have 3 gig. I can use my 3 gig for 2 days. But right now, because the resolution is so high, it's annoying. Very annoying. And I'd be like, now you have the big phone and you're still spending money. So I try to be intentional when I'm on social media. I try to follow business trend. I try to go and look at my competitors, not necessarily locally, internationally. I try to see what they are doing, how they are building structure around their business, and I try to see how I can replicate in a better way to suit my own market here. And then I also make a lot of research to know what my clients want. Okay, yes, I have different businesses on social media that are different field, but in as much as they're different, I spend a lot of time to know what they want. So you can post 1 billion things. If it's not what people want to buy, they wouldn't buy it. and you have to define your target market. She used the word niche. For social media, you have to have a niche. You have to start with a niche business. You can't be doing everything on the same profile. If you want to sell dresses, have a profile for dresses. If you want to sell wigs, have a profile for wigs. Now, you might say this is stressful, but yes, people resonate more with that on social media. You can't tell me you're using your personal page, you now tend it. I don't know, people are very lazy when it comes to social media. You see them, they want to start a business, and then they change their personal profile. They now write Abina's clothing instead of their. No, create a new one. Just create a new one, because with the algorithm, whatever you started with, it can be hard to break out. Now I tell people, what are you following people for? People that are not in the same niche with you. What are you even following people with your business page for? Like, what are you following? Really? There's no point. When you start a business page, the first rule, don't follow people, leave them alone. Yes, you're here to run a business. They're supposed to follow you if they like what you're doing. That's how you create your primary target market for social media. You don't have to follow people. You have your first set of products. You post a lot online. Let's say you sell jewelries, right? Let's say you have 20, your startup. You have 20 jewelries. You post them online. Let's say you post the whole 20 pictures and videos. Try as much as possible to post the same thing in different angles so you have a lot of content, because social media, you need content. So now if you posted the earring straight like this, bend it to the side so you have content. Because as startup, sometimes when we start and our business is so good, our demand become higher than supply. So what do? You still have to be in business, right? So now if you're a startup, whatever you're doing, try to get different angles. And like I said, YouTube is your friend. Go on YouTube, how to take pictures of earrings, how to take pictures of wristwatches, how to take pictures of this thing. You will learn. Just be open to learn. Don't say, oh, I'm older than learning. It's a lie. You would learn if your mind is into it. Right? So to create content, get different angles. It might be of the same thing. Have a lot on your profile. Now, I see people make this mistake. You see them, they create an Instagram or Facebook page, and then the next thing they send broadcast message. Please go follow my business page. Please go. Okay, and I go there and I'm not seeing anything. Why do you ask me to come here? All right? But do a lot on the page. You might even take 1 month or more building your page. Spend time on it. Go and check what other people are doing. Learn how to use apps to make your profile beautiful. I said this in the earlier part of the class. I said there's some, let's say Instagram, there's some Instagram profile you see, you want to buy from them, even though you're not making use of that item. You want to buy because it feels real. It feels like this brand is in a happy place. I have to, okay, I have a particular brand. I sell scarves. Nobody's wearing scarf here, right? So it's a minority product. At first, when I started, the kind of women that reached out to me, then I was still trying to figure out my primary target market. So these women reached out to me and I was like, okay, scarves are minority products. So I think then I had my first 100 followers. With this particular brand, I was determined to do it right because I have grown other people's social media presence. I have learned along the line. But this time around, I said, I want to try a different approach from what every other person is saying. I want to try it different. I think it is high time we turn off the AC. Let's turn it off a bit. I think we're all cool because everybody's hands. Yeah, so this time around, I said it was high time I did something different. I created these profiles and then I posted a lot. First, even with your online business, always have a pre-launch. When you have just the idea, create a page for it. And post something about launching soon. The date, the timestamp is there. It might be February 2020. Post something there. And then you try to figure out what is this brand going to be about. Start posting style inspiration and things like that. It might get to the explore page. And then people will go there, okay, she says she's launching soon. Let me follow them. I think I like the style inspiration. You've gotten one potential buyer. As to compare to you telling people, follow me, they are following you, but they don't want to buy from you. And never get angry that your family members are not following you on your social media business. It is not necessary. It's not by the amount of followers. It's not by the amount of likes. Oh, I wish I can show you my profiles. There's some people that will not like the item, but they'll send you a screenshot and then they'll buy. So it's not about the likes. It's not about the followers. It's about what you're doing and the people you're reaching. Yeah, so it's so important when you create this profile, pre-launch, let people anticipate. I'm launching in August. Talk to these people. Post style inspiration a lot. While you gather your money, you might not have the money yet. You might have the money. Then when you bring this item, post pictures. You have to be consistent. Now, the first thing on your mind is to be perfect. Like I tell people this thing. If you tell me you're not perfect, that's your own. But my own perfect is my own perfect. You understand? Post a lot. Social media is content. People like to window shop on social media. They'll go on your page and you just see them. It's easy to scroll. Right now you've gone through 100. It's so easy. So imagine you're telling me you're selling something. I just see 5 pictures there. I've gone. You're not for me. Because I want to see like a lot. That's why I said for a new business, you might not have a lot, right? So take different angles. The picture today, video tomorrow, never get tired. So in as much as you're marketing to physical people, do that online as well. Don't get tired. Then let's say when you have your first 40 pictures and videos, then is the right time to promote, to run a sponsored ad. So today we'll not be practically showing us how to run sponsored ad. Hopefully in our next class, we'll do a lot of practicals, right? So the next thing is to run a sponsored ad. Now, we get a lot of people that teach social media for business. They make you feel like you have to write a long caption, describing, typing. It's hard work. Just go with the flow. You're looking at the item. What can you see? To me, that's the easiest way to describe. What can you see? How does it feel like? And always put the price, please. Nobody wants to go back and forth. It's just like going to ShopRite and I take an item and I go to the cashier. How much is it? Oh, it's 10 cedis. Okay, I'm coming back. No, nobody wants to see that. We all know the price of gold, right? So why is ours so, like a lot of people, I'd be like, I can't be coming to your DM or calling to ask for price. Put the price there. What are you selling? Except you want to start giving people different prices. So always put your price there. It is easier. People make their decision and then it's easy. Now, in building a structure, you also, when you start a business, always think, how will I get this item from point A to point B? If you're a product base. And if you're a service base, how do I reach my clients? Always figure that out. It is important. Now, you see people, they're selling online, you know they're new, maybe they just have 100 followers, and you call them, oh, I'm in Kumasi, how do I get the item? Hey, hold on, oh, let me call somebody to know how. No, figure these things out. That's why you have to have goals. You know you're going to reach someone in Tamale. You know you're going to reach someone in Kumasi. Know how much it costs. Know the logistics people. Know how it's going to get from a point A to a point B. Know the prices. So that when someone calls you, oh, how much is delivery to Kumasi? Doorstep is 25 cities. Know these things. It makes people, there's this thing, and people, I say that a lot, know your onions. Now, when you have a child, and somebody asks you, what's the name of your baby? People will be like, is this your child? It's same for business. Know your business, right? So in building a structure, like I said, you are your own boss, you're the cleaner, you're everything. Know the best time that works for you. It is very important. If you want to work from 8 to 6 p.m., Just let people know that's your time. I was recently telling my friend that I'm tired. I walk around the clock. I keep working, and I realized that I'm closing deal at 1 a.m. I was complaining, but I was enjoying it because I know, okay. And then I said, okay, I think because some of these women, I don't know if they're quarreling with their husbands and they're not talking to their husband at midnight because I don't know how they'll be chatting with me at this. But then again, my friend said, just put the time. If you're tired, if you can't do, because at the beginning of the business, it might be easier because it's small. But as you're growing, you realize you can't be handling 100 people in a day and then find time. And then I said, okay, I have to like put a time. So for this particular business that I know is like my most, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I'm done. So when you send a message to that number, I'm not going to respond till the next morning, 8 a.m. I get people calling me at 4:30 a.m. What do you want to buy? I don't sell COVID-19 test kit. Like sometimes it's just funny. Like, what are you buying? Some gets really angry. Oh, I've been calling you. It's 6 a.m. I was sleeping. You understand? And most importantly, confidence. Oh my goodness. See, when a customer comes to you and they sense that you're not confident, they start to pick your brains. And then they tell you, I want to buy 20, but you give me 5 now. They ask you for discount on 20, and they tell you, just give me 5 now, tomorrow. And because you're a new business and you're thinking, I don't want to lose this customer, and you say yes, they're not coming back tomorrow. They will go somewhere else. Like I said, people want to resonate with people that know what they're doing, no matter how small your business is. So on social media, don't just think it is social media. It is your business. You have a structure to it. You use your money to buy the items you're selling, right? It is your business. You're in control of it. In as much as we want to satisfy our customers, it is also our business. So there's a way you run it. You're running them, but they think, oh, they're the ones controlling you. But no, they're dancing to your tune. So you have to be confident. And in our ministry, there's no way you be in our ministry and you are timid. Even if you're not too outgoing, you're not scared. What would the person say to you, really? What would the person say to you? So we get a lot of like, when I deal with clients, and what are you scared of? First, tell me. And maybe the person will not buy. What did you tell the person that the person will not buy? You told the person the truth. So why do you think the person will not buy? Or sometimes the clients call you at 3 p.m., you're somewhere else, and the client asks, oh, can I get this item delivered today? Or I'm not buying. If you cannot, if the person is at Pokwasi and you're here, how can you do it? It's just going to cause unnecessary stress. Oh, okay, don't worry, I'll get an Uber, I will split the fee, and you just end up running at a loss. So what's the point? So you tell the person, I can't do the delivery today, but you're going to get it tomorrow. Simple. If the person cannot wait, they should go. But most of the time, because they know you know what you're doing, they wait. They're not giving the thing to their baby to eat. It's not like it is, except you're selling maybe drugs and things that they can't do without within 1 hour. But then again, if you're not, you should always be confident enough to let your client know this is what I'm about. So it's still about putting structure into your online business. A lot of content has to go into it. For captions, just describe what you're seeing. Go on Google sometimes. If you don't know the actual name, okay, what's another name for it? It's simple. It makes people feel like, oh, but always like your business, study your business. So when a question comes up, it might be a client calling you. Oh, I want to be answer. Sometimes it can be frustrating when your business is online. You might get 30 calls, 25 of them is some question that you don't even want to answer. And there are days you just get in your feelings and you forgive yourself for those days and move on. Yes. There are days you're not a perfect customer service person. Don't dwell on it. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes you have a client say, oh, I did not like your service. Be quick to apologize, but move on. Never let a client get to your head and then you cannot sleep. No, never do that. So if you're on social media, you also have to protect your mental health because a lot is going on. Because people are behind their phones and they think they have the power. They can say anything, you don't know them. But you still have to protect your mind. Follow business consistency. No, even if nobody's buying from you the first 1 month, the first 2 months, don't stop posting it. Keep posting it. Keep talking about your business. Yes. Keep talking about it. You see people, oh, I'm tired, the business is not really selling. How long? 2 months now. What? 1 year. Keep doing it. You're unconsciously putting at the mind of people that this is what you do. So it is very important not to give up on your business. Always have goals, in as much as it's a social media business or your business is on social media per se. How do you want to grow your followers? Now, the most effective way is through ads. Because right now, there's a whole lot on social media and we are so distracted. And even before you scroll 5, you've seen like 3 ads already. So you have to invest in ads because there's so many people on that platform. And then you can't reach them. You don't have followers yet. So if you're posting, nobody's seeing. But then you have to post to build your profile and then you run ads. So hopefully in a subsequent class, we're going to like do practicals on how to run ads. Okay, like I said, basic structure, your location. If you're working from your room, you should have a corner where this is your office space. This is the space you take your pictures. This is the space you do your packaging. You must have and respect that space. Don't be everywhere. A client call and you don't know where you kept your stickers. Oh, let me just pack it without stickers today. No. All of these things is important. We did basic today, yes, but for our next class, we'll talk proper on how to brand, like proper branding and all of that for business. So yes, logistics, like I said, you have to know how to get your item from a point A to a point B. Always take inventory. I said that in as much as you're selling on social media, you should know who you sold to, have their contact, have a way of reaching them. Don't be a pest. Don't say because they bought from you today, next week you're calling them, oh, madam, that thing you bought is not finished, buy another one. No. Have a way you reach out to, have a way you reach out to your clients. It might be monthly, it might be in terms of saying, oh, we're having a gift for you this period. When you buy something this period, you get something. We are reaching out to them, but making them know that they're also getting something in return. So always reach out to old clients. It is important to sell to an old client and to convince a new one. So never let go of your old client. Sometimes the business might not end well, yes, but always reach out to your old clients. Always reach out to them. Customer service. Now, people tend to think they have to be really nice because they want to provide good customer service. It's not necessary. Now you're calling me, let's say you're calling me from MTN. I get turned off when you call me. Hello, hi, good afternoon. How are you? How is your family? What is all this question for? Like, it's really not important. People get turned off. Like, if I tell you, oh, I'm not fine, what can you do? So in as much as we think customer service is being nice, no, it's providing solution. So you might do it in your own way, but you're providing a solution. Make sure that from start to finish, the process of them buying from you or patronizing you is seamless. Or even if it's not seamless, you're providing a solution to them and you're giving them what they want. So it's not about, oh, being nice, oh, sis, oh, dear, oh, honey. No, it's not about being that. It's about providing a solution. We get a lot of people, oh, sweetheart, oh, you bought an item from me. No, don't call me your sweetheart. You don't know if I like you or not. Just give me what I asked for. Make sure from start to finish. You can use kind words, right? You choose the words you use, but then again, know when to cross the line, know when you're crossing the line, rather. Straight to the point. Customer service, don't waste time. They need their time for other things. Even if they're going to hang up and sleep, it's their time. So the 1 minute you're going to be calling a client to remind the client of a service or something, go straight to the point. Don't try to beat around the bush or trying to be too nice. No. Use kind words, but go straight to the point. So that's about our basic structure for business. Like I said, good visuals. Your success on social media depend on your visuals. Your visuals, your content, invest in equipment. Your mobile phone is important. Now, when I say invest in a mobile phone, I'm not saying you must go along with trends. Now, you can go on YouTube and check, okay, I want to take picture of a product. What resolution do I need for a start? You see small phones. It might be an Android phone, yeah. You see small phone that you can afford if you're just starting a business. You see, you might be very rich, but your business is not rich yet. So you can't be taking money out of the business and say because you deep down in your heart, you just want to buy the iPhone for yourself. You understand? So invest in good equipment, but then again, don't let your business suffer for it. It's important. I think we're almost done. Yeah. Okay, what happened? Okay. So yeah, basically, this is all we are going to do today on social media for business. In subsequent time, we'll delve into how to really make money on social media. I have built my whole career, my whole business life on social media. In 2019, I was having physical classes for social media for business, teaching people how to use social media for their business effectively. And then COVID. But then I didn't stop. I had to move fully to the online space, and then I continued. And then my own personal business, I've been managing them. I've been doing a lot of making money on social media. And then we have to make this money for the furtherance of the gospel. So yeah, so do we have any question, please? Please.
Thank you so much. Please, I have this question, but you have already given some answers concerning pre-launching. And my question is, what is the best time for you to market your product? Is it that when you are almost done or completely done? Because I have an experience. I had in mind to launch my app, but by then I finished with the Android version. So I decided to do a pre-launch. And most of the clients that reached me, they were on iPhone. So, yeah. So because of the iOS is not ready, I said, oh, if so, then I have to pause and wait for the 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 product to come out before doing that. So when you were talking, I just got the answer, but I think mine look a little bit different from some other product, because of the demand on me.
Okay, so for each business, we have tailor-made like we have basics for business here, but for each business we also still have tailor-made solutions. Now, for your business, I will advise that before you launch, you should be ready. Now, the app should be ready. You know what the app is about. You know the platform they're doing all of these things in, but you just have some finishing touches. You should be ready. Because trust me, if you're not ready, it's an app. Once you're saying, oh, you're pre-launching an app for apartments, someone else is peeking into it. I'm thinking, okay, someone else that has the money, maybe the thing that is delaying you, someone else that has the money already, that has the capacity. Oh, this is a good idea. We have people like that. They go online, they take ideas from people that already started that don't have money. They finalize and they make money out of it. It's not a sin, it's not a crime. They just have the money. You understand? So for your business, I would advise that you should be ready. Then you're just putting finishing touches. You're looking for marketing strategy and all of that before you even tell people you're pre-launching. This way, you're even confident. People are asking you question. Oh, it's already, you understand what I'm saying? For your own business, it's ready. It should be ready. Just like I always think that artists, like musicians, before they tell you about their album, the album is dropping, the music is already, it's ready. It's there already. It's just, they're just putting finishing touches to one or two things. Yeah. But for a product-based business, let's say for your business jewelries, you don't necessarily have to have the jewelry right now. Or you just tell people, I want to cater for female accessories, blah, blah, blah. Then you're gathering your own money. Maybe you don't necessarily have the money at that moment. That's why I say you have to start posting, talking about style inspiration and things like that. So every business, the tailor-made solutions, right? So yeah, basically, that answered the question. Okay, what other question do we have? Please ask questions, please. What other questions do you have? For your business, whatever, if it seems like you're stuck right now, or it seems like, oh, I'm not making a lot of progress, especially online, because everything has moved online right now. So what question do you have for me, please? No question at all? No question at all? So should we move ahead? All right, so I want to say it's been an awesome time, but I want to maybe have questions. None. So is it I'm a very good teacher or nobody listens? Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, please do.
For service-based like businesses, you talked about our content. So having like consistent content for your page and stuff like that. But if you offer services and let's say you're not yet getting enough customers to have sample, um, stuff to show, how do you get as many, like how do you get consistent content, for your page?
What's happening? Okay, back to my many stories that I have. I run a consulting business, which is called Tarot Marketing. For 1 year on that page, I wasn't collecting a dime. I was posting free business tips. I was posting a lot. I was making videos on how to run a business, a lot of free tips for 1 year consistently. So now I'm getting people to trust me with their money. I'm getting people to know that I know what I'm doing. I have the experience. So if you're going to be on the online space, there are a lot of free things you can give to them. Share your knowledge with them. The more you share, the more you get. Keep sharing. If you go on Tarot Marketing on Instagram, I haven't posted on that page since maybe December last year, but I have clients I'm catering for. And because I'm trying to expand, a lot going on. But people still trust me because when they go on there, oh, this girl has posted a lot of things. She knows what she's doing. So just keep posting things relating to the business. In as much as you're service based and maybe you don't want to share so much, we tell some, yeah, but give people free tips on how to do certain things. It might be on how to maybe build a website or something. Give them free tips that they already know, but just add your own spice to it, basically, for a service-based business. What else? What other question do we have? Okay, please.
Okay, so for social media content creation,
Yes, please.
I know it gets to a point where there's something like content fatigue. You go on someone's page and you are like seeing the same thing. So now it's like you are not expecting anything new. You see the person's post, you just scroll. You don't even read. You don't bother. So what can you do differently so that when your customers or clients come to your page, they don't feel like you kept saying we should post more. So they don't feel like
You're doing the
it's
same
like we are
thing.
stuck at the same place. We are not moving forward. What can we do differently?
Okay, for social media, sometimes My elder sister, sorry, I have many stories. My elder sister was talking to me yesterday and she was like, she feels stuck. She feel like she's not, she has exhausted everything she can do on the social media space with her business. What else can she do? And we're talking and we share ideas. Now, if you're selling products and you're on social media, when you talk about the product style inspirations and all of that, you might add some spice to it. It might look different today. That's why I said if you take a picture from this angle today, try this other angle tomorrow, right? And with social media, if you're not a content creator, if your business is not big enough to hire a content creator, learn the art of content creation, right? Learn it. Now, for your own business, it might not just be about posting flowers, posting green grass every day. Please, I don't want to see it too. I saw the flower yesterday. I don't even know the name I want to. You get what I'm saying? But you might decide to show us someone else's house. It might not even be here in Ghana. It might show us a little clip why this is important, or this other person's compound in this country has this thing and it's so beautiful, or you get. So you might decide to just spice it up a little bit. The little content you have, learn 100 ways to talk about it. Learn 100 different angles about your business. That's why you have to really, really know your business in and out to the skeleton. So that when you're talking about it, it just comes out. The more you talk, like there's a whole, like you might think, oh, it's just about this mic. But when we open this mic, there's something inside. There's something inside. You get what I'm saying? So know a lot about your business. So when you're posting about it, it becomes a little bit more easier. Like you post from different angle. Like I said, if your business is not big enough to hire a content creator, learn the art of content creation. Go online. You're not the first person doing it. You see someone else doing it. Even it might not be here in Ghana, but you see someone else doing it, then you can now tailor it to your own environment. Yes, please. So did I answer the question, please? All right. So do we have any other question? Oh, we are good. Do you have a question for me? Okay. All right, you do. All right.
Okay, thank you. Still around the same question, but is there no point where the content creation stops? No.
Nah, it doesn't stop. Now, you remember I said follow business trends. Now with social media, there's always a new business trend coming up. There's this trend. Okay, let's talk about TikTok. You see people doing things on TikTok, but then when people want to relate it to their business, okay, let's say for fashion right now, you might see a celebrity changing outfit of what she has in her closet, and someone that makes clothes can decide to do that same video but display what she sells or what she has created. Same for you. You might decide to use that same product. It might be a similar video, but do it to suit your own business. So it never stops. Except you don't want to sell on social media, you want to pack up. But it never stops. Sometimes just as writers, they get writer block. It happens with content creation as well. Take a day off, sleep if you have to, rest if you have to, refuel your mind if you have to, and then come back stronger. Yeah, but it never stops. With social media, you're just going to grow to the level where maybe you hire someone that is a professional to do it for you, but it never stops. What we're doing last year is different from what we're doing now. What you were doing in 2019 is different from what you're doing now. So 2019, you see people take picture from other people's page, and then they post, people might buy from them. But right now, people want to feel that it is your own product, it is your own item. You understand? So it never stops. It's a continuous process. So do we have any other question before we round up? Any other question? Okay. So we've come to the end of today's workshop, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that came. It has been interactive. Honestly, I have learned because when I always say always have it at the back of your mind that your audience is more intelligent than you. It makes you research more, it makes you read more, it makes you just get ready for what they will ask you or things like that. Just have it at the back of your mind that your audience are more intelligent than you are. But I want to say a very big thank you to our dear beloved President, Brother Onome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the honor, for inviting me here to do this. I love teaching it. I think it comes naturally. Yes, so I love that a lot. So it has been an honor and a great privilege to be here in the midst of great people like you all. And I hope we do this more often so we can grow together, expand our businesses more, and then make more money. For what? For the furtherance of the gospel. Yeah, so thank you all so much for coming. And thanks, that's all I have to say. Thank you all.
Um, also thank everyone for coming. So I know that it's learning is a progressive thing. So I mean, we can't learn everything in one sitting, and also there may be some of us that may need. I know, yeah, you know where I'm going to, right? May need a more personal, one-on-one, But of course, I also know that you're busy, so it's not something that we can do too often. But I just want to ask you if maybe once in a while, it maybe once a month or something, you know, um, we could arrange maybe some time where some of us can come and have that like one-on-one. Okay, thank you so much. So we'll arrange that, and then I'll let you guys know how that can come about. Now, let me just point to one thing: punctuality. Pastor Ines says this thing a lot, that you have to learn how to be on time. So I want you guys to agree with me. It's not just you. There are people watching online as well that also need to hear what I'm saying, because it's better when we start things on time so that we can close on time. You know, what I've noticed is anytime we publicize what we are doing, I get people signing up from outside Ghana that are not even in our zone. Last time I was telling you guys, 5 people came from Kenya. You know, so it's not right that we say this time GMT, and then someone is waiting at this time for like 30 minutes. Nothing is happening. Obviously, if we publicize it, and again, don't take it seriously. Okay, so we that are here, and I'm actually very grateful that at least you came physically, because you see, one of the things that being physically here does for us, it's encouraging, to whoever is presenting, to see people in the room. Okay, we did not set the place up for an online class. It's supposed to be for interaction, and most of our classes are going to be interactive. So we like for people to actually come and use the space. That's what we're putting the space up for. Don't worry, very soon we'll paint the walls and make it more conducive. But then next time, please, when we announce for any program, and I try as much as possible to do this at least some time before. We started talking about this like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so when we post out like a time for a program, if you have issues with the time, please let me know so that we can review, so that we can commit to the time that we set. Okay. Thank you so much, Statare, for spending all this time. Okay, like Pastor does, we can yeah, so we can be off the.
Okay, I know. Okay, talking about personal branding, I might not be approachable.